Hello, warriors and mages alike, and welcome to the explainer of what Final Fantasy Fantasia is all about. I'm super excited and super scared for this. So, what Final Fantasy Fantasia is going to be is it's kind of my own unique way of looking at a Final Fantasy marathon. Everybody normally starts at 1 and works their way all the way up to, up to 15 or whatever. Um, I decided not to go that route, just because I wanted to do something different. So the definition of Fantasia, I'm going to bring this up so I don't fumble it all over my own self. Is a Fantasia is a musical composition based on several familiar tunes and a thing composed of a mixture of different forms or styles. So take that for um, take that for Final Fantasy. Like take that for gaming, and what do you have? You have Final Fantasy. You take familiar tones and you kind of mix them with different styles. And that's what Final Fantasy is. Every game is different. Every game is something just new and exciting, different fighting styles, different, so that's why when I was kind of going, what am I going to call this thing? Final Fantasy Fiasco, because it's going to be all over the place. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I came across the word Fantasia, and I'm like, and I know it's a play on F word, and I Final Fantasy Fantasia kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit more, kind of adds that fantasy element into the name. Um, but so what happens with the Final Fantasy Fantasia is every time I start a stream for in the Fantasia, I will spin a wheel, and I will show you the wheel right now. Um, there we go. So just really quick, kind of see the wheel for a second, and then we'll go back. But as you can see on here, there are several. Well, every mainline Final Fantasy on this wheel, with the exception of 11. So the reason why I know 11 is because I don't really want to. I don't really want to pay for 11 or get 11 by nefarious means if for the chance to have to play it. So the reason why 14 is on there is because I already play 14. I already own it. I already pay for it, so I'm okay putting it on there. What happens if we land on 14? I've already got a character, but for the sake of Final Fantasy Fantasia, I will start a brand new character. So, just a little bit of background on me with Final Fantasy. My first was Final Fantasy VII. Love it. I love the remake, everything about it. The Final Fantasy that I think is the best is 9, hands down. My favorite is 7, though, just because of nostalgia. I understand you're like, oh, you say that nine's the best, but seven's your favorite. Yeah, well, that's because I'm stupid. I can't help it. Um, if you want to see which versions of each of these games that I will be playing, because I will be playing 1 through 15 with the exception of 11. Um, but um, if you want to see which versions we're going to be playing, it'll be on the thumbnail for this explainer video. Also, so how this works is, yes, at the beginning of each stream, I roll the wheel. Whatever it lands on is what we play. Now, what happens is after a few rolls, we might get a duplicate. Um, what if that happens? We just continue the game. So every extreme can be something different. We could get Final Fantasy 2 and then Final Fantasy 7 and then Final Fantasy 4 and then Final Fantasy 15 and then Final Fantasy, 8. So if you're tuning in here on YouTube, uh it could possibly be a different, like, it's going to be a different experience every single time. So the only caveat to all of this is that I've not beaten every Final Fantasy. I have played or seen played all of them. I played a City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, so I'm very familiar with a lot of the characters. From the games that I haven't played. So I've beaten one. I've played most of two. I've played some of three. I have not played four and five. I have played most of six. I have not beaten six. I got to the very end and just back when I was younger and just didn't get it. and then 7 and beyond I have beaten. So those early games, if I land on one of those early games, it might be a little interesting because, as I said, I've seen them played, but it's been a while, and I'm not really. I mean, as I said, it's just been a while, so it'll be almost like a new experience. It'll be my first experience playing them. But yeah. So, with that explainer being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, on the playlist, this will take you right after this video, right into the first stream that we're doing. If you're watching this here on Twitch, I appreciate you being here. So let's get into it.